for the evening of Sunday, the 15th of January 2022. This is gonna be a weird one. Let's open with plenty of music to give people a chance to get ready.
There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have the secret sails that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen strange sights, but the strangest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Laborde. I cremated Sam McGee. Now Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows, while he left his home in the south to roam round the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell, though he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were marching our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold through the Parker's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we'd closed and the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and our dogs were fed and the stars o'erhead were dancing heel and toe, he turned to me and cat says he, I'll cash in this trip I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. Then he says with a sort of moan, it's a cursed cold and it's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. Yet tank being dead, it's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair you'll cremate my last remains. A pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I would not fail. And we started on at the streak of dawn, but God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on the sleigh and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried horror-driven with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh and it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true and it's up to you to cremate those last remains. Now a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart how I curse that load. In the long, long night, by the low firelight, while the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh God, how I loathe the thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. And on I went, though the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I'd often sing to the hateful thing, and I hearkened with a grin. of Lake LeBarge and a derelict valet. It was jammed in the ice and I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. And I looked at it and I thought a bit and I looked at my frozen chum. Then here said I with a sudden cry is the crematorium. From the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around, and I hit the fuel high. The flames just soared, and the furnace roared. Such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. And the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear. But the stars came out and they danced about. Here again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked and it's time I looked, and the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile, you could see a mile, and he said, please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men boiled for gold. The Arctic trails have the secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen strange sights, but the strangest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LeBarge. I cremated Sam McGee. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawling out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream.
Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us! everybody, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. This is gonna be, as the kids say, a weird one. I am in the process of helping Vintage Beef gather some assets for the Hermits to do better user interfaces in their trading card game videos. If you saw my video today, you may have noticed that I made a lot of choices about how data was going to be presented. Now, not every hermit is going to make the same choices because we all have different video editing software. In fact, I think I might be the only hermit that's using Final Cut Pro. So all the stuff that I'm doing isn't directly usable by the other hermits. Like, they can't just take the effects. Well, for one thing, a lot of the effects I'm using, I bought from, like, video effects houses, and then I modified to fit the situation. So, but even if they bought the same things, they don't necessarily work with Adobe Premiere or whatever. Now, there are certain things that every hermit would benefit from. Like, for example, if when you draw a card, like, let's say that I drew this bed card, right? Showing the bed card on screen, even if I was in a third-party replay mod thing, as well as the tooltip for the bed card under it, would be really helpful. So one of the things that I have volunteered to do, this is not a task that was given to me or forced upon me, but something that I have chosen to do because I know it would make my videos better, is that I am currently getting a screenshot of all of the alt text that I'm going to have to crop those down. I'm getting a screenshot of every map using replay mod. I'll show you my methodology for that as well shortly. Forgot to screenshot that one. Dang it, I need to screenshot this one. We need to go lay our heads down and dream real quick. So I'll show you how I'm using replay mod to make the screenshots. I did a test of this for about an hour earlier with all of the hermits, and I figured out a process that works pretty well. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Okay, so if we... Let me just real quick eyeball my screenshots folder. And Windows. I've got two of them open. I want to just double check on something real quick. The last one that I screenshotted here was the bow. Okay, great. So we're going to screenshot the chest. Then we'll put the chest here. We'll add a marker. Then we'll screenshot the chorus fruit. Swap that in here. Put in another marker. Then we'll screenshot the clock tooltip, swap it in here, then we'll screenshot the crossbow tooltip. So the tooltips are all going to be different sizes and stuff, so there's no good way. Weiss Belladonna says, hey, did all the hermits do a test game? All the hermits were invited to do test games. Not everybody necessarily had time or availability, but Beef kind of generally said, hey, if anybody wants to do a test game, hit me up. But I don't know if that's the question. What I'm saying is anybody who, like, all of the hermits would benefit from having a zip file full of PNGs of all of the text on the cards. So I have volunteered to gather that because so Cleo did a rough pass on this, just basically screenshotting all the cards in-game. But the thing is with the way that was... So Cleo basically just looked at all of them, which is technically viable. It's technically a way to do this. But, like, so when Cleo looked at all of them, she basically just tried to take a screenshot head-on of every card. And posted them as just a temporary, a short-term thing. But they're not all properly aligned or exactly the same size. And so the idea of using replay mod here is that we can get these all to be exactly the same size, right? Okay, so I did not actually... talking through this while doing it is not my best idea ever, I'm going to say. It's a lot easier to do this quietly, but I also know that like y'all like to see some behind the scenes stuff occasionally, and I would prefer, whoops, to be able to show it to you. Did that work? Okay, I think that one worked. So when y'all are like, how'd they do that? As the kids say at the magic shows and whatnot. This is part of how they do that. Okay. So okay, so these two potions are gonna have the same card, maybe? Yeah, it looks like they're the same card, but different tooltips, I'm guessing. So once we get all of these run through my little photo booth here, I'll show you how this actually works. Instant health 2. So the best way to do this is to put one on the board, then take the screenshot, because that gives me more flexibility in replay mod. Then put the next one on the board, then take the screenshot of the one after it. Sometimes I have to drag these around to make sure they actually show up properly. Okay, so because some of these tooltips are kind of big or long, right? So they fill too much space. And they go off the screen. Zakelev says, hey, just finished watching the HermitCraft video. Oh, I hope you liked it. I put a lot of effort into the editing. Y'all, I gotta say, were incredibly generous with your time on the feedback. There was some really fantastic, well-written feedback in response to the latest video. So thank y'all for taking so much time to seriously consider a lot of this stuff. I posted a tweet with a list of the stuff that I was already planning on doing, but couldn't fit in scope for this episode. So some of the stuff that y'all requested was stuff where I was like, okay, I was going to do that anyway. But some of it was just like, people were like, oh yeah, when I watched this on my 67-inch TV, I noticed this. And I'm like, oh, geez. It didn't even occur to me that people would be watching this on like a screen that large, because I don't have screens that large to even test on. And so like, because I watched this video more times while editing it than almost any of the stuff that I normally make, but I was always watching it like on my laptop. So yeah, it didn't occur to me to see what this test footage looks like on a screen that big. I might have to go to a friend's house or something to test that stuff properly, but in the future. But yeah, so like apparently some of the special effects with the big color changes and whatnot, they looked fine on my laptop and my phone, but like I could see why on like a huge TV or something it would be really overwhelming. So yeah, that was especially helpful feedback, because that just opened up a whole new like mental thing of like, oh geez, I'm not really thinking this through. Loopy says, ask for a TV on the wedding gift registry, maybe. I don't have room for a TV like that in my apartment though. I'll ask for a bigger apartment too. But just as a quick reminder, this is not an advertiser-supported stream. I am not a Twitch partner. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Dave USPS says, I ruminated on it. I didn't care for the board state for both sides being shown all the time, but I generally like the special effects. Yeah, Dave, that's something else I'm going to want to do is only... I think that only showing the relevant board state. Like, because in some cases, we only need one line of the board state at a time. Oh, yeah, I need to disconnect for replay mod purposes almost as soon as I'm done with doing that group of cards. Sorry. But yeah, like, so showing one line at a time, except when we're considering, like, oh, who should I bring in, right? That's when you want to make sure that you're really... Okay. So we need to save a bookmark here showing that this is the one where we're doing the effect cards. Or not a bookmark, a thumbnail. Okay, so we're going to exit the replay. But no, Dave, you're absolutely right. Showing the entire board state for both sides is unnecessary. Constantly. Loopy Dragon says, treat active Hermit Rose like a hotbar along the bottom of the screen. I'm actually thinking of having my hand shown on the bottom of the screen and moving the active Hermit Rose to the top when in first-person mode is what I'm kind of thinking. But okay, so here is the one I was working on earlier. So this is where I set up the photography rig isn't even set up yet here. Boom, 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 boom. No, Salem, your feedback was really helpful. No, I was just thanking people for being so generous with their time when providing the feedback. Need to let the particles there go away. Okay. So, if I check my folder here... This is card B-dubs rare. So basically, what I can do is speed replay model long until card B-dubs rare is replaced with Cub Fan rare, right? Now I'm just going to remove that because that was just my remember where we were thing. Okay, so now... making sure that since I quit and reopened, nothing changed. This should be the right folder still. Yes, okay. So, card, Cub Fan, rare. I probably should have done a shorter prefix for this, but, like, now that's where my muscle memory is. We hit take screenshot and close and show file on disk. Make sure that it worked. Yep. So, then we just unpause replay for a second here. Immediately repause the replay as soon as that hits. Function F2, because I don't... Let me actually, just to make sure I didn't accidentally change my view at all, we're going to re-click that. Function F2, card-doc... did I use doc or docm? Docm. Rare.png. Save. Take screenshot. Close. Unpause. Repause. Function F2. Card etho rare.png. Save. Take screenshot, close, unpause. So this is a little bit tedious, but, you know, that's kind of what behind-the-scenes stuff is. You know, uh-oh, I accidentally moved the thing. Well, luckily, I set the camera with replay mod here, so I just right-click, function F2, card, false... rare. The nice thing about this is we're rendering it as it actually looks in game, because Beef had like Photoshop versions of all the cards, but the way that they look in Photoshop and the way they turned out in game are not going to look the same. Loopy Dragon says, I'm going to feel bad here asking, doesn't Beef have the original images? I was just going to answer that, or answering that already. Yeah, Beef has the original images, but they don't look like the Minecraft end result, right? It would look weird. This way we're showing the actual end result of the cards with the screenshots. Unpause. Repause. Make sure we reset our camera here. Function F2. Card gem rare. .png. Save. Take screenshot. Close. I could get rid of that dialogue, but when I did that before, replay mod got kind of crashy. So I'm just going to leave it. I know it's an extra click every time, but really reopening replay mod is like a whole extra thing that I don't want to do. So it seems like it's more reliable if I just do that extra click. Function F2. Card hypno rare. .png. The reason I realized I have to prefix these with card is I didn't prefix all of the tooltips for all the hermits, and then I was like, oh no, it's going to overwrite it if I screw this up. So, yeah. Okay, give it a second. Yay, impulse. Let's just make sure that we still are absolutely fixed. Great. Card impulse rare .png. Take screenshot. Close. Super fast. Card iskel rare. Say .png. Save. Take screenshot. Talia says, I just watched your newest episode. I had to tell you your editing was beautiful. Thank you, Talia. I was completely lost on how to play the game because I don't usually watch the person who made it. That's fine. Yeah, you're not expected to, necessarily. So this big lull here means that I probably had to go and get a bunch of other cards to swap out from the wall. It's moving pretty quick, though, so we might not have to click forward. Screwing around with the playhead and replay mod also causes a lot of problems. It's better just play things sequentially if you can get away with it, which we generally can. Function card impulse. Card Jevin rare. That would have been stupid. .png. Save. Take screenshot. Oh yeah, I probably should take down the setting up screen now. Setting up stream now sign, because we're there. The stream is set up. Be nice if replay mod let you lock the keyframe position also. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, you mean like lock it so I don't look around? It's just one click to reset my view though, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, take screenshot, close. Waiting for the next card. Corrales! Woo! Whooshes! Love me some Corrales. Card Corrales. Rare. Save. Take screenshot. Close. Mumbo. La 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 mumbo. I definitely moved the mouse there. So let's reset it. Hey, Hey, welcome, Ringo. Ringo says, Joe, been trying out Twitch the last couple days. Figured I'd enjoy a bit of HermitCraft. I'm going to warn you, this is weird behind-the-scenes stuff. I am currently taking photographs or screenshots via replay mod of cards from Vintage Beast card game. And the reason for that is so that when people edit their episodes, they can, like, put the cards that are in their hand, like, in the bottom corner of their screen or stuff like that. And so there's a lot of times my streams are, like, behind the scenes on the HermitCraft server, but this is, like, extra super duper behind the scenes. We're generating ping files. Like, it does give me a chance to really sit and enjoy all the cards, though. Because, like, Beef worked so hard on these. It's really great to just have a moment to just breathe and appreciate them. But yeah, so I am generating assets that people can use for editing. Normally on the streams, I'm, like, doing builds. So, like, during my episode, I would yell, time skip or whatever. Time skip! Ooh. That one was super fast. What was that? Would it be worth clicking don't show that again? No, because when I click that, it makes the game crash. And I don't want to deal with that. Okay, wait, we're RS. Did I manage to click? Okay, wait. So we just did card Rendog rare. Wow, I nailed it. I clicked exactly on the bit I needed somehow. Wow, that's actually... I'm shocked. I thought I was trying to click on the Rendog part so I could get to the brief bit with Scar, but no, I managed to actually thread the needle. Card Scar rare. Woo! .png. Okay. So take screenshot, close. Next one goes on, I need to hit it immediately. Boom, there it is. Death loop. Yep, that's what it's cards. Take screenshot. Whoops. Oh, I forgot to name that one. I guess I can name it in Windows, but then I have to change tabs, which is really annoying. Function, F2, card, stress, rare. There's a one player's thing in the Scar screenshot. Is there? No, because here's how the Scar screenshot came out. That's dragging it directly from Windows into here. See? That's one of the reasons I'm using replay mod for this too, because it strips out a bunch of stuff that you don't want in the screenshot. So just because that was on the screen when the screenshot was taken doesn't mean it's rendered. I see that people in all three, or not maybe all three, but most chats are like, several of the chats, people are like, what? What, the Scar screenshot's ruined? Nope. And so we'll just go ahead and grab that for Tango. Card Tango. Rare.png. Take the screenshot, can't you see? TFC, DDD, True Hermit and Branch Mine. Card TFC rare.png. True Hermit is such a good name for this attack, and same thing for both. I really like the TFC attack names. Okay. Grace Winter says, I wonder if you could pull the map data from the server and render it somehow. Well, the best way to render the map data from the server is using Minecraft itself as the renderer. That's what's going to look the best. That's literally what we're doing. Gracewinder, we pulled the map data from the server using packet interception. Replay Mod is a packet intercepting software, right? Basically, we ran a packet sniffer on our communication with the server, and then are using Minecraft to render those maps now. We are literally doing exactly what you're recommending. Okay. Let's make sure we didn't move the camera there. Okay, good. Cardwell's rare.png. Diloto says, before I forget, I so hooked on HermitCraft, I just subbed to Joe's Patreon. Yeah, I saw that come in right before the stream. We actually got 2 new subscribers since I sent out that last batch of invites. So don't worry. I will be sending those out in the next day. Go ahead and take the screenshot of Wells here. I prefer to do manual invites in batches rather than letting the Discord and Patreon API handle that stuff, because those two are kind of a mess. Like, it's one of those things where they save you a whole bunch of time day to day, but then randomly when you're on vacation, they just break and kick everybody out of your Discord or something stupid. Daitolo. Okay, cool. So it's just easier for everybody to, whoops, didn't mean to change the camera. Do. Let me make sure that card beef. So the weird thing is, Vintage Beef alphabetized all the cards, but based on the way that his brain alphabetizes things, not based on the text that's on the cards, right? So Jevin is in the J's, but Beef is in the V's, as in Victor or Vintage. Cleo is in the Z's after ZF for Zombie Cleo. It's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Okay. Yeah, Replay Mod is actually super impressive. It's a very, very cool piece of software. So what was I gonna do? Oh yeah. We're gonna play this forward now. Get the next one, which should be. Wait, I put Asuma back up because and then because I made a mistake, and then there's Z. Card Z rare.png. Take screenshot. Close. Dang it. Move the camera. Reset the camera. Uh-oh, did I not put the Clio card on here? Oh, there it is. Card Clio rare.png. Take screenshot, close. Okay, now we're going to jump forward by a few minutes because I took a break here. Whoops. And any second, I should be throwing the first error card on here. Whoops. Too slow. So I did these a little bit faster, so I need to set my speed back down. So let's reload that here. Okay. Hey, we got our first. I can't can't alt-tab out while we're in the middle of moving forward with the replay mod timer there. We got our first tip of the stream rolling in from Mirka for 20, who says, I really like your last video. Continue. Well, thank you very much, Mirka. I appreciate that. I'm down here in, well, what would be slot 9, putting the hot in the hot bar. Howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee, So thank you very much, Mirka. We also got another tip from Chad rolling in for another 20. Let's get that up on our abacus here. These tips are cumulative toward those milestones. Chad says, great work with the latest episode. Looking forward to seeing more card matches. Well, thank you, Chad. Here we go. Grow Hills. Dee-dee-dee-dee. I had a lot of fun editing that. I learned more about editing in the last week than I have in years. I am really excited. There's all sorts of stuff I've wanted to try that I didn't even have time to fit. And then we got a tip from Sorrel as well that puts us 15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Thank you, Sorrel. The Daitolo says, I've been meaning to ask, what's up with the expanding? Oh, that shows how the money goes straight to my head. It's a visual representation of what happens when you send people money. Why isn't Scar on there as Good Times with Scar? Centauratron, I've been asking myself exactly that sort of question all afternoon. All afternoon I've been asking this. Like, okay, now we're going to slow it back down. So because at this point I was like, you know what? I'm going to slow the thing down at this point, and then I'll remember to do that. Totally forgot to do that. So this is card B-dub error. B-dub's error. I'm trying to name the cards consistently with how I named the screenshots of the alt text or the tooltips. Okay. So I started throwing these on pretty fast and furious at this point. Not fast and furious enough, apparently. Bum, bum, bum. Really, come on. There it is. There's the glitched Jevin. He has an extra pixel underneath the O here. And Beef was like, this card's invalid because the O has a bad pixel. Dang it, I didn't mean to take that there. Just overwrote my thumbnail. There we go. Now it's back. Okay. So, function F2. Card Jevin error to PNG. I missed the period before PNG for B-dubs. Did I? Cards B-dubs. No. Oh, there's a weird thing where some of the so when you type text in here, there's something that like over covers some of the letters somehow. You see how part of this O is missing? There's like there's a few pixels, and part of this E here is missing. Part of this N. Something is up with replay mod save dialog where just some of the pixels won't render. So no, there was a .png in there. It just wasn't rendering. Because why not? Computers. Okay, so now we gotta wait. I don't want to wait for this card to be placed now. But yeah, like I said, this is really super deep behind the scenes. You guys are learning about all sorts of nonsense with replay mod that normally wouldn't happen. Or normally wouldn't be shown on screen. But yeah, no, that dialogue not showing the text properly is constantly annoying. You see how part of the PNG here is like the G is mauled? Yeah, and part of this underscore is missing. Part of the 5. Why? No idea. No idea. Part of the... Yeah. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. Okay. So one of the things I learned from doing all these cards was it's better to do these in a smaller batch. So that way, even though I'm gonna have to reset the camera every time, the markers are easier to click on because you can't zoom in on the overall timeline in replay mod. The timeline at the top is not clickable, or not zoomable. This one up here, right? So if I can't zoom in on just the next 5 minutes to click those markers the way I want to. This one down here, you can zoom in and out. Why not the one at the top? Unclear. Who knows? But I'm going to speed this up just a little bit here. I think. Because I was pausing for a while to name... Yeah. Okay. Let's make sure that we are properly aligned. This one was Scar, had some sort of problem with the colors. He used the wrong blocks or something. Card Scar error. .png. Save. Take screenshot. Hey, we got a tip rolling in via YouTube Super Chat from Kyle Valier. Thank you very much, Kyle. That 50 is, let's see, let's break it down. The first 15 gets you 1 face camera expansion. 35 gets you, 15 gets you 1. 35 gets you 2. And then 45 and 50 puts us 5 away from the next one. So let's take care of both of those right now. Here we go. It's time to expand Joe. Do. And Kyle Valier says, "Hi, Mr. Joe in chat." Hi, Kyle. Everybody can say hi back if they want. You can do what you want. If you're cooking, you got batter on your hands, you don't got to wave to Kyle. I'm waving because I'm a friendly guy and I'm not cooking. But either way, expand Joe. Do. Alrighty. So thank you again to Kyle Valier for both of those face camera expansion milestones we hit. We are now 5 away from the next one. And tips are welcome via those links to paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Kindle says, doesn't replay mod have a keybind to jump to the next marker? That's a great question, Kindleus. One of the things I know, though, is that I didn't necessarily hit the marker 100% of the time. So, honestly, just kind of going through. I bet it does, though. Let me check that real quick. Add event marker, reset camera tilt, synchronize timeline, replay mod settings, recording indicator, record single player, camera classic, full brightness gamma, options, controls, key binds, miscellaneous, toggle cinematic camera, highlight spectators, open mod menu, quick mode, reset camera tilt, synchronize timeline, toggle lighting. No. That would be a very logical thing to request, though, Kindleus. Thank you for... I'll keep that in mind, because sometimes we don't talk with them super often, but... like, I am on their Patreon because I use their software so much in my work. So sometimes they ask on the Patreon if people have suggestions or whatever, and I'll keep that one in mind. So I think that we don't have anything for a minute because I've got to go grab the other ones, which if I wanted to see my progress on that, I guess I could... As soon as I see those pop off the board, I just slow it back down. Boom. Yeah. See? Look at me being clever. Haha. Okay. And this is the Etho Ultra Rare. Card Etho Ultra.png. Take screenshot. The Grumpy Bunny tips 7 and writes, "Grow Hills." That does indeed get us 2 past our next face camera expansion milestone. Y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each face camera expansion milestone we hit up to this point. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the joust. Bum, 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 bum. Lowering the opacity now to 90%. At this point, each additional face camera expansion will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in opacity. And Grumpy Bunny's tip of 7 left us two past that face camera milestone, so we are 18 away from the next one. Okay. Kyle Valier tipping another 20. Woo! Thank you, Kyle, who says, let's grow that Joe for 2023. Well, here we go. It's time to expand Joe's. Lowering that Joe opacity now to 80%. So thank you very much, Kyle Valier. That puts us once again 18 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Gary Jones says, how do you figure out this game? It's confusing. Well, Beef actually, showed Cleo and I the rules several times until we figured it out. But also, I've played some other card games in the past, and so that kind of helped having a little bit of a baseline there. Boy, why does it take... I really thought that I rapid-fire put these on. If I take my hand off the keyboard to modify the speed, though, I'll screw it up. So I don't want to do that. Elijah says, I'm extremely excited to see more of the TCG. Hufflepuff Cookie says, does Beef have an actual rule book? Not, I don't think, I think he's working on one. But that was part of, wait, who, hold on. I wasn't paying super close attention. Okay, this is the TFC one. So this is the card TFC Ultra. .png. Save. Take screenshot. And then we've got the one more. We've got the Vintage Beef. Yep. This one. Ultra. This is the last of the player cards that we need to knock out. Card Beef Ultra.png. Take screenshot. Close. Okay. So we are now done with this file. Oh, wait. No, we're not. Not yet. Not yet. Because we need to copy the data of the camera here. Because there's no good way to move cameras between replay mod files. Believe me. I wish there was. Okay, so my card photo box. So we need X, Y, Z, and then yaw, pitch, and roll are all 0. So is this actually... So this is negative 7,000. That's why you click into the box in replay mod. Because for some reason it loves showing you all those significant digits at the end. But what you actually need is the digits at the front. Okay, so the Y is actually 62.9. The Z, though, here is... Okay, that's actually 984. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So now, when we exit this replay, Jin Verwire says, did you get my donation? Sometimes tips can take a minute to come in if they are international. Let me do a hard refresh here. Yeah, it looks like it just rolled in. Yep, that's definitely an overseas one. Yeah, the PayPal takes a little while longer. But yeah, thank you, Jin, for tipping 26. Woo! That is very much appreciated. So that's 18 for gets you to one face camera expansion milestone. 20 and then 6. Boom, puts us 12 away from the one after that. So here we go. It is time to expand Joe's. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 70%. We are just $12 away from the most obnoxious face camera expansion milestone, the Tony Stark helmet cam. Okay, so where was I? We wrote down the camera data that we need to preserve this when we switch over to the other replays. So I've set up one for the health cards. The health cards out of everything are the least urgent in a lot of ways because you can see those on the board or whatever. But there might be people who want to do interesting animations with those or something. I'm thinking about I've been thinking about interesting ways to handle those. So let's go to replay viewer here. Okay, so so this is the one with the hermits. Like I said, I made the mistake of doing that in one 90-minute swoop. So those markers are all super close together. But then when I did the item cards here, you see these markers are nice and evenly spaced here because I realized how to do this better. Okay, so now you'll notice, though, I don't have a little camera thing that I can click yet because we're in a completely new file here. So I'm just going to create a camera, and then I will -7076 point... Was it? I wrote it down, but it's the window's behind something now. Okay. 7073.5. The Y position is 62.9. The Z is 984. We hit, yaw and pitch we need to 0. Roll was already zeroed, so now when we click here, we've got exactly the same. Grace Winter says peeling the health numbers off like a post-it notepad would be neat. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of that too. What I kind of wanted to do, and this is harder to render, was to print them on like a giant Price is Right wheel. Like, do y'all remember the big wheel on the Price is Right with all the numbers? And what I wanted to do was I wanted to make it look like a score counter thing where they're like the numbers are rolling or something. I haven't figured it out exactly. But yeah, no, the calendar thing would probably be easy. Shin says, you don't like shaving, do you? I lost track of time today. I spent a lot of time reviewing the feedback on the episode because, like, y'all had some really fantastic ideas, and I spent a lot of time, like, trying to get this stuff started and figure out a process that would work well. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Card minor common.png. Yeah, that seems like a logical. Let's make sure none of these things got reset. Take screenshot. Show file on disk. Let's make sure that that one actually rendered properly since this is a new thing. Okay, card minor common. Yeah, no real surprises there. Let's make sure it matches the camera of the other one. Yeah. So I think if I actually... what would be a good way to do this? No, there's no good way to do this. Yeah. You'll just have to trust me that it matches. Okay. Lady Vaporeon says, like the Earthbound health indicators. Did that have, like, score reels like on a pinball machine? It's been so long since I played Earthbound. And I didn't get very far. Okay. So, card, terraform, common.png, save, take screenshot. Oh yeah, one of the other problems is if you jump forward to the next marker, it has the ejected card stuck in frame, and so you have to temporarily unpause and repause anyway. So it's like its own annoying thing to accidentally screw up, which I didn't realize when I made all these markers at the first point, or first place. Okay, save, take screenshot, close. Make sure we didn't move the camera. Well, now we definitely moved the camera. So, Card PvP common. .png. Okay, take screenshot, close, play. Personal Zombie says Earthbound is like slot reels. Interesting. Yeah, that's one of those games that I like. I think technically it's on my Super Nintendo Classic or whatever. I just never got time to play it. When I got the Super Nintendo Classic, I was like, "Oh, this is great! I'm gonna play all these classic games with my kid." But then she wasn't old enough to play most of them. But actually, nowadays, yeah, she might be ready for like Earthbound and stuff like that. But like part of it though is it's also got Final Fantasy VI on it, which is my favorite Final Fantasy. Because I'm basic or whatever. Am I using that right? But yeah, I love Final Fantasy VI. And so it's hard for me to open that thing up and then play something new when I'm like, "Oh, I've been wanting to replay Final Fantasy VI forever." But yeah. No, I never played Final Fantasy VII. Because I never had or I didn't have a PlayStation. Final Fantasy VIII, one of my friends loaned me for the computer at one point, but like I only got to play it because my friend had it on PC CD-ROM or whatever. Whoops. Okay, that's Card Prankster common. Okay, I keep AutoMod is showing me that like a whole bunch of you guys keep telling each other to follow you on Tumblr because you're very excited that you have Tumblr names. But AutoMod, anytime people are like, "Come follow me on this" or "Check out my whatever here," AutoMod is gonna throw a fit. And I can't be alt tabbing out to approve all these messages while I'm trying to like get through this. I'm sorry, y'all. But that's where we're at. Okay, so card redstone common. Save, take screenshot. Yeah, okay. Final Fantasy IX was actually in the latest episode of Mythic Quest. And I was like, wow. I remember reading about that in like EGM when it first came out, but I never played that one either. Because once again, no PlayStation. Card farm common.png. Take screenshot. Close. Amanda, you don't know. You don't need to apologize. I don't mind that you're getting auto modded because it doesn't create more work for me unless I actually click into the other window to do something about it. I'm just letting you know. Please don't expect me to do something about it because I don't want to be clicking into other windows while I'm trying to rename all these cards. Card miner. Double.png. Halidon Fox says, so those missing pixels seem to line up exactly with the take screenshot text from the screen before. Maybe it's rendering it over the text box. Yeah, that's probably it. It does seem like it's being masked with some text there. Okay. So just make sure, yep, we're still aligned. So, like, this take screenshot is lined up. Yeah, I think you're right. Card terraform double .png. Save. Take screenshot. Close. Yeah, the problem with the markers is it changes your point of view as well, unfortunately. But if I'm resetting that all the time anyway, just to be sure, it's not like a huge amount of extra clicks. Honestly, if there were like 8,000 of these cards, I'd be more efficient about this, but I'm just .com. It's .net. Like, I don't have to be super precious with my process here because realistically this is a small enough batch of stuff like this. I used to have to do stuff like this as a graphic designer in one of my entry level, in my first real job after college, where they would give me like 8,000 images, and I'd be like, okay, what about this can I automate using Photoshop batch processing, and what about this is just worth doing on my own? Because it's like, okay, 700 of the images I can batch process. The other 100 I'll just do by hand. Because trying to write automation stuff for that, like those weird outlying ones, I'd just be like, it's not worth it. Okay, so this was card PvP double, I think. I forgot what I was looking at. I typed .com again. Yeah, that was PvP. Okay. So this is card builder double. I think that's right. Take screenshot, yeah. No, wait. That was card balanced double. I think we just overwrote card builder double. Let's... maybe we didn't have a card builder double yet. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. That's it. That's literally it right there. So it's card balanced double that we need to do for the I don't remember if it's balance or balanced. I'll have to do that. I'll have to consolidate those later. Whoops. Didn't mean to move the camera. We can reset it. Okay, this is card explorer double. .png. Unknown Shoe says, just went and followed 10 minutes ago. Earthbound, something I always thought you'd enjoy. It does the kids save the world thing really well. Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I just don't have a lot of time to play long-form RPGs. Whoops. Overshot that a little bit there. Like, I was kind of thinking, like, oh, okay, you know, like, when my kid goes away to stay with the other half of the family over the holidays, like, I'll pick something like that up, maybe. But just day to day, like, as a single parent, I just don't have a lot of free time. is what it comes down to. Card prankster double dot png. Okay. Okay. Final Fantasy Tactics is a fun one. Card redstone double. Welcome, Ferretarier. This is going to save all the other hermits so much work, though. Like, I am happy to do this sort of tedious thing now and again. Because here's the other thing, though, too, is that, like, even though I'm doing this part kind of one card at a time, like, I can use a Photoshop batch to crop all of these down because they're all framed exactly the same way, right? And not everybody knows how to do that, you know, so. Though Connor 2 tips 50 and says, to script or not to script, that is the question, whether 'tis efficienter with one's time to suffer the crashes and errors of manual entry, or to make code against the sea of data, and by automating to end them, to script, to rest. So thank you very much, though, Connor 2. Let's see, the first 12, boom, gets us there. 32 gets us second face camera expansion. 42 and 50 gets us $2 away from the third. So let's take care of both of these now. Expand Jost. Do. Though Connor 2 getting us to the most obnoxious face camera size, the Tony Stark helmet cam. But don't worry, we won't be here long, folks. We are at 60% opacity, but we have another face camera expansion, so here we go. Expand Jost. Do. Lowering the opacity now to 50% for some T. Joe Eckhillsberg action. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are, like I said, only $2 away from the next one. Thank you, though, Connor, too. Yeah, it is one of the hardest things about having a job where you automate a lot of stuff is figuring out what not to automate and like what just to do by hand. So we're going to exit replay because we're done with this one. We got them all. Exit replay. Welcome, Geek of Many Topics. Glad to have you. Okay. Sean Cockrell says, Photoshop crop and frame is really handy. You can bulk process all images in a directory. Yeah, that's basically like, so the way that I would use Photoshop batch processing, I would say, here's an input directory, here's an output directory, and then I would do some sort of macro, like I'd record a macro of like, hey, take all these images and tint them, or do something like take the, or, I don't. It's fine. I let's just keep moving. I'm gonna get in the weeds here. Talking. I have actual work that the other hermits are going to benefit from that I'm working on right now. I can't just start telling war stories about like, oh yeah, oh boy, 18,000 images. Gotta recolor them in different ways because this was before CSS could do tints or something. Like, I was doing this stuff back in 2008, 2007. Like, some of this was before I was actually even done with college. But it was like, because I started at that job while I was in school. And then, okay, so here's the 300 health. Okay, so let's just get in here and do this right. 0, 0. Negative 7073 point, was it 0.5? Let me, I might have actually eyeballed this pretty closely. It was 0.5. Okay, 62.9. And 984, save. Okay, perfect. Salem tips 2. Who writes 1 abacus bead, 2 abacus beads, So that gets us evenly to our next face camera expansion milestone. Thank you for helping us clear out that abacus, Salem. Expand Jost. And we're going to lower the opacity now to 42%. So thank you very much, Salem. Okay, so we are going to name these with a shorter prefix because these are not cards. We're going to call these H300 .png. Yeah. Take screenshot, show file on disk. I need to pull this up to make sure it matches exactly with the ones before it. Yeah. Okay. Yep. It's perfect. Because in order for the batch processing crop to work, all of these need to have the exact same alignment. And this is why using replay mod is so great for this, because I can just type in those camera things and it just goes. Geek of Many Topics says, I just got home from an absurdist comedy skit, and boy, I need some decompression. And Grace Winter says, this seems like a poor place to come to for that. Yeah, if you don't like bizarre and absurd things, or if bizarre and absurd things wear you out, Geek of Many Topics, you might be in the wrong place. Just saying. Okay. So H290.png. I can remember what number I was on, I promise. Okay. Whoops, meant to hit play there, not the other button. Function F2. There's no way to tab to that for some reason. Oh, not 290, 280. Can I keep track of counting by tens 30 times? Let's find out. Okay, function F2. H-270.png. The H is for health. Will the player sleep renders mess this up? Great question. No. The replay mod knows not to render that sort of thing in the screenshots. So it's not... The reason that we're getting this whole special dialogue is replay mod has a bunch of options for what it shows in screenshots, and it's different from, like, normal Minecraft. Which is good, because we don't necessarily want all that stuff, right? We don't want the crosshairs. If we were doing this in normal Minecraft, we'd have the crosshair rendering, and other problems. H290. No, 260. Boy. I'm like, okay, I'm realizing this is like somehow something that like my brain, as I'm jumping between the chats, like trying to, for some reason I can remember, like, for the most part, what card I was just looking at when I'm looking at card game cards. Like, oh, which hermit were we just looking at? But for this one, when I'm trying to name these, whoops, when I'm trying to name these, it's like really hard for me to keep it in my head while I open the dialogue. Hey, Surreal, we're doing weird behind the scenes production work in Minecraft. One of my friends made a very elaborate card game in Minecraft, and we are capturing the assets from that so that we can use them for video editing overlays. So, yeah, this is, like, I tell people all the time, like, hey, welcome to my show. This is going to be a weird one, but this is like extra weird. This is not, my show is not normally me generating PNG files from Minecraft maps. But here we are tonight. I am looking forward to playing Quake on Friday after my Minecraft show. If you guys are still looking at doing that. Surreal, for those of y'all who have occasionally visited Mystery Pinball Theater 3000, is Manu's partner on that project, who does a lot of help with the behind-the-scenes stuff and co-hosts most Friday nights. So, maybe not every Friday. I think there's some nights that I've rated that you weren't co-hosting, so I don't want people to be like, what? I was there. I didn't see this guy. 7 of them. 7 surreals. I don't know. I definitely was there for one of those raids. Okay. Yeah, Surreal is streaming this Friday in Manu's place from his channel. Yeah, but is he streaming Quake? Because that was possibly the, That's... Surreal says, I don't think I've missed a night since a year ago. I've apparently been, like, subbed or whatever for over a year now, though. I didn't realize how long it had been. Y'all put on a great show. So this is h200.png. Unlike me, who renames... who names screenshots for 2 hours. Okay. Surreal says, we'll do some Quake, but ask me how much planning I've done. I'm not going to ask that. That would be embarrassing, because the answer is none. I already know that. I also go into most of my streams with minimal planning. I'm more prepared for this stream than a bunch of other ones, because I tested a bunch of this tech before the stream in terms of, like, how I was going to capture the images, just so I could make sure that I wasn't trying to sort it out on the fly, because that would be hard to watch, I think. Unlike this, less can go wrong with less planning. That's true, Surreal. HermitCraft is famous for not planning things. We'll have general ideas and then aggressively move in the direction of them. Like, we're not what you would consider planning people. Okay, 150. Not HC9. Ugh. That's the other thing is... Did I name any of them HC? HC9 is the production code for all my HermitCraft 9 episodes. So if I'm in muscle memory mode, I'll just start typing HC9 at the beginning of a file name. It's fine. H140.png. D. Close. And just says, speaking of which, I sent you a message earlier about February. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like too early to worry about February, but also too late. I'm like buried with this stuff right now. So part of it too is, so I don't know if I want to run a D&D game anymore, but I don't want to adapt Ravenloft or one of the other things I've built to Pathfinder or some other system in that amount of time. But part of me is like, I've got these other things I've been working on, like the Call of Cthulhu. So basically, I don't have an answer for you, NJ. Because the plan to run a Minecraft D&D game was kind of dependent on Wizards of the Coast not acting like total jerks last week and, you know, alienating everybody who ever spent years building something under the OGL, and I kind of spent years building something under the OGL and feel alienated. So, yeah. Ugh, dang it, that was 100. And I named it HC9. I somehow named that file HC9110. And did not capture... We're missing the 110. Let's go back. Call of Cthulhu is still in the works. It's just I've got less time to work on it than I would like. It's not going quickly, I'll tell you that. Okay. Lower the speed again to keep this manageable. H90.png. Okay. Dave USPS says, I wasn't clear what the controversy was, actually. I don't want to go into the controversy because it's stupid. Basically, they had a license that allowed people to build things based on the underpinnings of their games. And then all of a sudden, we're like, yeah, we're going to revise it in ways that will require a bunch of extra accounting overhead and create a bunch of uncertainty. And it's just a mess. What screenshots have been taken? We've got all of the item cards, all of the hermit cards, and we are working on the health counters right now. I still have to do the effects. Okay, we're going to slow this back down. H-60.png. Do we screw up? People are saying next comes 60. Did I not do? I did 60. I can see it in the folder. 60 got done. Oh, dang it, I went too far. Overshot. I didn't have a marker for that one. For 40 is the problem. And then I overshot it. Okay. H-30.png. Save. Because I'm very efficient. Wait, did H30 not save? If it still has the thing in there, that means something went wrong. Yeah, H30 didn't save, so we're going to go back. Surreal says, I'm trying to discern what this is for. So one of my friends made an in-game card game using these Minecraft maps. And the idea is that when you're editing people playing the card game on your YouTube channel, you might want to show data about what the current board state is in the match via overlays, not just... So the actual, like, arena looks like this, right? So here's the actual arena. But being able to show important data about the board state using the cards, which look like these, right? So right now, I'm basically screenshotting all the health markers so that if people want to use the health markers to, you know, show data on the screen, they can. Yeah, no, this guy spent a year on the map art for these. Because for those of y'all who don't know how to make maps in Minecraft, this is how you get a card like that in Minecraft. Is you find a 128 by 128 area where it's flat, and then you build something 128 pixels. Every pixel is a block placed in game. So okay. Okay, so we have do we get 30? I named it wrong, but we got it H30, not HC30. Okay, so we need 20 and 10. No, we got 20. We need to get 10. Surreal says the map art has to stick around too, right? Otherwise the maps get updated eventually. No, you can lock in the map art so that it is untethered from the real world geography. So basically I'm trying to think of how to explain this. He built like parts of the cards are in common, right? So he could just have the frames for all these be the same and then change the images out. Yeah, his name is Vintage Beef if you want to check him out. On my YouTube channel today, I uploaded my first video of us doing a test game, and I added a bunch of animations. And so that's one of the reasons I'm kind of taking point on this user interface stuff, because I spent more time working on the user interface. It's not technically an interface because users don't modify it. The overlays and display stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead, update that in replay mod, exit replay. Oh, boy. So the next one we have to do is all of the items. There's so many items. It's like 8 times 6, 42 items maybe. So, okay, we're going to need to set myself to not be visible. Remember hidden players. We're going to need to set the camera up here. Boop, 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 boop. So we pause that. Okay. So camera yaw, 0. Camera pitch, 0. This needs to be 0.5. This needs to be 62.9 even. This needs to be 984 even. Save. Perfect. Okay. That looks right. So then we can skip to our first event marker here. And this is going to be... Honestly, I think I'm just going to call this just card book, because as far as I can tell, all of the book cards are identical. Maybe I should call it card enchant. I don't know. So now I'm going to pull this up, this latest one that I just made up, along with a few others in the Windows preview thing. Flip back and forth between them real quick. Make sure the pixels are perfectly aligned. Yep, effect, item, beef. All these are aligned. Great, great, great. Welcome, Dodog33. He didn't want to make individual art for the enchanted books. Yeah, awesome. Cool, that'll save me some trouble. Okay, so that was a second book. That was when I realized... Oh, I don't actually know what this one's called. the splash potion of poison, maybe? Yeah. Card splash poison .png. Boom, boom, boom. Did I spell splash wrong? Okay. I'll fix it. I mean, if I'm going to be distributing this to 20 other hermits, I need to not have it be full of typos. Okay. That's a composter. Card composter. I'm not going to put the rarity on these because I don't think it matters. For the effect cards, he doesn't have like a rare and a special. Like there's no difference between the two instant healths, right? You know, in terms of the visuals of the card. Render camera path. Whoops, not render camera path. Oh, actually, that's true. If I forget the name of a card, I can just zoom out and see. It's actually hard to see. Dang it. I'm too close. Yeah, so this one's called Golden Apple, presumably. Ultra rare. Single use. Yeah, I can barely read the Golden Apple text there. The person says, what's your opinion of cheap or free dry cleaning? You get what you pay for? Is that like slang for something? I feel like you're asking me some sort of like weird question in code, and that person's a bot. Okay, you know what? You're right. That is what a bot would say. We'll just ban them. Okay. Let me look at their messages. In the past, they asked real questions like a year ago, but now they're probably just their account probably got stolen. I think you're right, Kindlelist. Yeah, I think their account got compromised, so we're just gonna do them a favor and ban them. Card, bucket of milk, save. Take screenshot. Oh, I don't have to type .png. Okay. Well, that'll save me. Probably should have tested that earlier. Card, bucket of lava. Were we slightly off center on the bucket of milk? Let me check that. Because the whole reason I'm doing this is because Cleo's rough pass was not all perfectly aligned, and that's... Which is fine for just rough messing around stuff, but... Wait. We just overwrote the bucket of milk with the bucket of lava anyway. Gosh, how did that happen? This is what I get for talking while I'm working. Even though that's like 90% of what I do all day, every day. Like, for some reason, in this context where I'm typing stuff... Like, my brain doesn't work the same way. Okay. Card, bucket of milk. Okay. Take screenshot. Close. Check. Yep. Alignment's good. It's volcano milk. What does the bot say? Kindlelist says bots will ask questions like, do you have an opinion on fast food franchises? And then people talk about it and then they go out and get fast food. That's one of the reasons that I like, if people come in and are like, have you tried this brand of fast food restaurant? I'm just like, okay, I'm timing you out. They're not paying me to promote it. And it totally takes over the chat. Yeah. Card bed. Save. Take screenshot. Close. Card bow. The Thunder God says, I love the face cam, 10-dimensional. I just joined the stream. What's going on? I am making screenshots of all of Beef's cards so the hermits can use them as overlays in their upcoming videos. I have been experimenting with that with his new card game myself extensively the last week or so. And I want to make sure that all of the hermits have the opportunity to make their videos like easy to follow for the viewers at home. If people can't follow the game at home when they're watching along on YouTube or whatever, the other hermits are going to stop playing. And I want people to play with. I am so excited about this game. Beef worked so hard on it. I want to make it as easy as possible for the hermits to share it with their viewers, you know? So part of this is me being very selfish because I don't want this to die on the vine. I want to play this game so much against everyone. And the easier I make it, the more likely that is to happen. So... This is a crossbow, I guess. I don't really play with those very much in the game. Card, crossbow. So I don't really think about what they look like. But yeah, so we're using replay mod to make sure that all the screenshots we get of the maps are exactly locked the same way. So I can use a Photoshop batch process to, what do you call them? Crop them all. Very efficiently. In like an automated thing. The tooltips on the cards I am not going to be able to batch process because they're all different widths and heights. And I just made peace with that. I was like, there's a way to train an AI to detect the tooltip window and crop it out. I'm like, no, it's not worth it. It's not. I will spend way more time trying to figure out a way to automate this process than I would spend just doing all the tooltips by hand. If you got Beef's tooltip text files, you can just make your own. But it won't render. I want it to render exactly the way it renders in Minecraft. Like, that's the aesthetic of Minecraft Let's Plays, is Minecraft. You know what I mean? So... Yeah, don't ask random questions, person who got banned in the Twitch chat. And is now in the YouTube chat. Normally, if you're like, I'm evading a ban, I would ban you for that. But I don't want to click out of this window because I'm in process. You hear me? I'm in process. So you're getting a pass. But in general, just fun tip, if you get banned somewhere, don't show up with the same name somewhere else. The more I'm talking about this, the angrier I'm getting. That's like really lazy to not have a different name if you're going to ban evade. Like, now I want to ban you for laziness. But that's just me procrastinating, and I need to get my work done. Oh, boy. But yeah, maybe try harder. I don't know. But yeah, don't roll into somebody's stream for the first time in 8 months and ask a question that has nothing to do with anything. Oh my gosh. That's like just socially unacceptable. Kindle says Minecraft has a font and... like, like the thing is though, Beef is doing a lot of special stuff with the tooltips, with the way the NBT data is being rendered in game too. Like he's taking, like trying to recreate it would also just take more time than it's worth. Card. I guess we have multiple swords, so card diamond sword dot png. Save. Take screenshot. Dang it. That was super fast. I need to turn the render speed down. Then bring it back. Okay, so this is netherite. Card, netherite, sword, .png. Yeah, that sounds right. Take screenshot. Blossom, glad your surgery went well. Hope your recovery proceeds apace. We are here on replay mod of the HermitCraft server tonight. I came in and I loaded up all these so I can take screenshots of them to help the other hermits. Take screenshot, close. Okay. Card health potion. Then that's the same health potion because I was like, are these the same? And then they were the same. Health potion or it's called instant health, I guess. Card splash potion of health. I should probably rename that one, the one I did before, to splash instant health. Or no, card. I'm not gonna, you know what? No, I'm too tired. Shouldn't change contexts. Let's keep moving. We're almost done. Card, splash, potion, healing. Save. Take screenshot. Okay, card, shield. MJ says hydration break question mark. I don't know because I feel like we've got like 10 more of these cards to do and I've got good momentum, so I kind of want to just get through all of them. I also feel like if I took a hydration break, I would just be like, I'm done. Like, this is one of those nights where it's like, if I take the hydration break, I'm just gonna check out and I'll come back and be like, guys, that was a mistake. Now that I've stopped moving briefly, I'm done for the night. So I think it would be better to just get the stream to a natural stopping point. No, I appreciate that you're looking out for me. If we had... we are literally on the last batch of cards, though. We have about 10 cards, or less. We have 8 cards left, it looks like, based on the markers. So, like, yeah, if we had another 30 of these to do, I'd be like, oh boy, let's go ahead and take a break. But, because we're so close to the end... If I taste freedom, I'm dipping. Well, yeah. Also, like, I have a bunch of other stuff that I need to be working on. Like, I need to be editing episode 53. Like, I have so much stuff to do. Card, bucket, water. I don't think I used of on the other bucket ones, did I? I'm trying to be consistent. Nope, bucket of lava, bucket of milk. So, for alphabetization's sake, we need card, bucket of water. Take screenshot, close. Okay. Card, wolf. Okay. Take screenshot. Whoa. That one didn't get named. So now I gotta go change contexts into Windows File Manager. Card, flint, and steel. Or what do they even call it? Is it called File Manager? This is why I don't like alt-tabbing out. What is it called? File Explorer. Ugh. Okay, so this is going to be card netherite armor. Okay. Okay, card diamond armor. Save. Take screenshot. Close. I'm not forgetting about any entire classes of cards, right? Like, there's the health markers, there's the hermits. TNC Cuban, welcome, readers. Glad you could join us. We are working on exporting a bunch of PNG files from maps. Card iron armor. Yeah. Okay. That should be everything. We did health tokens, we did hermits, we did effect cards, and we did item cards. I don't think there's like any last minute ones that I forgot. So I came back and I put them there. That concludes that. We didn't technically get one of the TCG map. I don't know. Is that... Oh, wait. That's the back of the cards. I've been trying to imagine what the back of the cards looks like. When I was, like, doing effects where the cards, like, flipped in. And I was like, I don't know what the back of it looks like. That's what the back of it looks like. We do need to get that. Okay. Let's get that, then. Okay. Still doing well. We need to make sure we don't get hit by a creeper as soon as we log in. Is it nighttime or anything stupid? It's hard to tell because we're underground. Okay, good. It's not nighttime. Okay. So we're going to run over here. Whoops. Okay. Does this have a... I'll get a screenshot of that just in case we need it. Probably won't, but... Okay. So that's the back of the cards. We got the back of the cards now. Disconnect. Welcome, Ordron. Glad you could join us. Okay, let's go back to that replay viewer. Okay. 0, 0, 0. We need negative 70735, 62.9, and 984 as our precise camera coordinates. Gonna, whoops. One of those camera coordinates was wrong. 62.9, not 22. Under the sea. Under the sea. What could be better than where it is wetter? Okay, so this is back TCG. Save. Take screenshot. Show file on disk. Let's make sure that this is exactly the same size as the others. Yep, same lighting. Everything is good. I'm just going to visually go through all of these real quick. Make sure they've all got exact alignment. In case I messed up any of the effect ones that I just batch process. Or not batch process, just burn through. Batch processing is later. Batch processing is when I go through these and auto-crop them down. They won't auto-crop if they're slightly misaligned. Cleo was very generous with her time and did a very rough pass on this for us to have them for our episodes that just came out. But this is the next generation on building on that. And the point of it is to do it exactly pixel aligned on all of these. So, yep. Okay, we're good. Fantastic. Woo! Okay. So, okay, let's go ahead and do last call for tips. It's 10:20 right now. I think I'm going to wrap up here at 10:30. As far as I can tell, you know, I didn't do the error lavas, but like pretty sure I did all, yeah, I did all the hermits. Let's do the error lavas real quick. I was like, I know I'm missing something here. The glow frame was the glow frame and the fact that replay mod has a night vision mode. Okay. What are these? Oh yeah, I can't access them until the thing loads entirely. Okay. So we got 2 lava buckets here. And still I'm not fully connected to the server. Yeah, I did the 3 ultra rare hermits. I did the 5 error cards down there, but I... Oh, dang it. Matthew Wilson, there is currently no Joe Hill's merch. I'm in the process of spinning... I have to, in order to do sales tax and stuff, I've got to formally incorporate the business, and there's a bunch of intermediate steps to doing that properly. But it'll probably happen after I move in June. That's kind of the current timeline. Oh, come on. Oh, I don't want those to despawn. Do I want to capture the poison and burn markers too? Maybe. The Thunder God says, so I hear a future for merch. Yeah, like in the back half of the year. It's, it would be misleading for me to say soon. Oh, come on. Those are going to despawn, and Beef is going to be so mad. Lost Cult Music Tip 7 says, really cool to see so many hermits embracing this project. The TCG feels like something really cool, special that can endure and bring more folks into the HermitCraft world. Yeah, maybe. I'm hoping so. Beef has backups of all the maps. Okay, good, because I'm going to feel really terrible if this one despawns because I can't pick it up. Come on, Minecraft server. Okay. Gosh. So I think maybe I'm going to wrap up the stream here and try and give my internet a chance to... My ISP has been having a lot of problems. We had some bad storms the other day. If I stay offline, those chunks will be unloaded. I'm hoping that they're doing maintenance still after the storm. They've been sending me emails about it. This is like a known problem. So, like I said, I was going to wrap up at 10:30 anyway. I think I'm just going to wrap up now. How long is nighttime in Minecraft? So if I wait 8 minutes, I won't log back in. The other thing is if I log back in and it's nighttime... So maybe I'll come back in 10 minutes and hope that the... I'm not going to come back on stream, but, like, I'll come back on my own. Yeah. So nighttime is 10 minutes. Yeah, I could try later with the Hockey Puck Wi-Fi. I can't really stream on that without burning a ton of data. So, yeah. Okay, I'll come back in 15 minutes or use the alternate internet or whatever to do it. But, yeah, thank you for everybody who joined us tonight. We got a whole bunch of cards generated for the Hermits behind the scenes. Who are we gonna raid? Oh, yeah. I was so, like, thrown off by this that I didn't think of that. Good question. Let me look. IE Pinball is in, like, the final rounds of the Open IFPA World Championships at Indisc. So...
And I'm blessed to be here, and even better, being surrounded by everybody here.
Wait, is it over? Is he giving a speech? Oh, okay, I missed the last round. Never mind. Okay, so we're not going to raid them because the last round literally just ended. Boy, so I have no idea who to raid. Nobody in Pinball is streaming because... You know what? Family Jewels is playing Bomberman 64. I met him at PAX. He seemed okay. I have not talked to him in like a decade. Let's just raid him. Our raid message is, howdy y'all, Joe Hills raid here. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do. And stop the stream.